Hey guys, it's Matt. Today we're talking about Shopify versus other platforms. Why Shopify is best for e-commerce. We'll talk about this from a beginner standpoint, and I'll try to make things really simple for you. If you don't know who I am, I'm an expert with e-commerce. We do about $10 million a year in our e-commerce sales. And also we have platforms that help you to grow your Shopify store. So look, we could talk about that. But point is, we want to get down to Shopify versus other platforms. This is a big argument that we hear, hey, you should go with WooCommerce. It's less expensive to host with the WooCommerce or whatever that, argument might be. We're going to debunk a lot of that right here, and we're going to talk about it in detail, but from a high level beginner standpoint. So why Shopify is by far the best platform. No servers to manage, meaning you don't need to go to a cloud hosting server, set up the server, and just to let you know, the way that it's called a content distribution network on a server, on Shopify, your store is going to load very quickly no matter where they are in the world. So if you're going to set that up, it's very expensive to set up, very expensive to manage if you're going to own your own cloud servers. So if you're planning on hosting on WooCommerce, by the way, you'll have to set up in, we recommend West Coast, East Coast, the United Kingdom, Australia, and other areas that you might be doing business. You have to have a server set up in every single one of those places to ensure that your store is loading quickly. Shopify does that all automatically for you. So that's pretty big. Simple plugins to improve your conversions. Without conversions on Shopify, you don't have a store, so you need to have sales. So without having improved conversions, you're not going to be successful in your e-commerce venture. So definitely everything that we do once we get installed is to watch our numbers, which Shopify is by far the best with giving you dashboards and analytics, and then see how you can improve things using simple plugins. It's really easy to use on the Shopify platform. We're going to go in depth on each one of these, by the way. It takes the guesswork out of logistics, shipping, all those different things. Shopify really handles all that for you. Inexpensive experts who can manage your store. We're going to talk about why that's so important, that they're using the Shopify platform where you can't edit the core files and you don't have some unique build. I'll talk a little bit more about that and some of those pain points that you might run into. Superior integration with traffic sources. Again, if you don't have traffic and you don't have conversions, then there's no point in having a store. So it really doesn't matter. We have this store that's hosted out there. It's super cheap for me to host it. Great. How are your sales? I'm not getting any sales. Well, there's no point. And it's by far the fastest way to get online. So definitely recommend it. And also the cheapest way to get online. Let me move you over there. That's me, but I'll move. Cheapest way to get online. So it's only $1 to get online, and easy plug and play solutions. So you could just plug it in and just get started. All right, let's jump into servers real quick. I don't want to get super in depth, but from a beginner standpoint, WooCommerce is going to be less expensive in the end. So it might only cost you $5 or $10, but again, it's super expensive when your WordPress gets hacked. So what is WordPress? WordPress is where WooCommerce is hosted. Now, in WordPress, you need to update your WordPress to stay on top of vulnerabilities. What are vulnerabilities? Each time you install a plugin, you're vulnerable to hackers getting into your store. Shopify, don't have that problem. So you are responsible for your updates every couple months. And I'll tell you, every single time that you do an update, things can break. Like the page editor could break. All your pages could break. Everything could break. And everything looks wrong on your store after you do an update. So then you're scattering, trying to roll back, or trying to go and find some expert to come in. Then they have to learn exactly how your store is set up. This could cost you thousands of dollars in this sort of emergency situation, not just from lost sales or lost potential customers, because your customer isn't going to trust you if they come to your store and they're like, this site has been hacked. They're not going to trust you. And people only do business with people that they trust. So you're literally going out of business by using WooCommerce and getting hacked. You're going to run into so many problems. On WordPress, you are responsible for managing your upgrades. You can't call WordPress and say, hey, can you update my store? Hey, can you fix this for me? No, that's on you. And Shopify has people that you can contact if there's a problem, which literally I was just in there. It has a problem right now. We're not able to create shipping labels right now. So you go on and there's a little pop-up and it's like, hey, sorry, we're working on this right now. We'll have it fixed right away. If you're unable to create shipping labels on your WordPress, it's on you to go fix it. So you are a software developer. You have to learn how to become a software developer. And maybe if you're not doing the coding, you need to learn how to go hire somebody to do it for you. With Shopify, you don't have to do any of that. So if you don't update your WordPress, you're vulnerable, and that's all on you. So WordPress is for expert coders, and WooCommerce is where you have to host on WordPress. So I 1,000% do not believe that that's the best platform. There are other platforms out there, Magento, BigCommerce, Wix, all these other platforms. You're going to run into issues. You're always going to run into issues. And until you get over to Shopify, you're not a serious e-commerce owner unless you're planning on developing your own store and spending probably $1 million, $500,000 per year on having, a team, manage your entire store. That's fantastic. Go spend $500,000 a year. But over on Shopify, you can have that multi-million-dollar support team without investing multi-millions of dollars. And also, the checkout security is all on you. So if you want to go get sued for, data leaks and data breaches and all those different types of things, try to go build your own store. It's really complex. It's really frustrating. Take it from me. I built my own technology over and over again. I'm a software developer, so I definitely know all these things. We invest like hundreds of thousands of dollars per year to make sure that we have that security. Like you don't want to do it. You don't want to tackle that. It's a complete nightmare. So just, take my word for that. So simple plugins. So Shopify is great with their simple plugin system. It's super, super easy. Shopify apps. And once you get into the apps, you can see if it's compatible with your store. So you might have an email software and it might say, this is compatible with your email software. Fantastic, right? It takes all that guesswork out of knowing, like, you go to WooCommerce or one of these other platforms, you're like, should I install this plugin? It's telling me how to do this, and I have to go into my code, and I have to open up the code editor and put this snippet into the header and put this into the footer. You don't have to do that with Shopify. The installation is quick. It's one click with most of the apps. And you can manage it all from one place inside your subscription. Most of them have free trials. Then you can go into your subscriptions and see all your subscriptions all in one place. Take it from me. I spend, I don't know what it is now, over $100,000 per year in software alone. And if you were to ask me, like, what is all the software that you're using with all of your tech stacks, I wouldn't be able to tell you very easily. But inside my Shopify store, I can tell you instantly because it's one click inside of Shopify and I can see all of my billing, all the software that's installed, and literally you can manage that software right inside of there. So we had like this, coming soon page when we were launching our new store, and I think we were paying like $1 or $2 a month for it, and I could easily just turn it off because I could see inside the billing. And it's very transparent, very easy to manage. So I definitely recommend that 100%. And literally there is an app for everything. So you can just jump in there, and the apps are trusted on the Shopify platform. They do a lot of trust things inside of there where their people will go into secret shop and make sure that, those apps are trustworthy, etc. If there are any issues or vulnerabilities, it goes to Shopify, and they'll take it out of the app store. So there's really no way that those apps can crash your store. And over on WooCommerce, every single time you click the install button for WooCommerce, there is a percentage chance that it could crash your store because it's not all trusted in terms of every single app trusted that it's going to work with your specific store. So you're really taking a risk over there with that. And I find the tutorials in the apps like awesome. Like the tutorials have been absolutely great and great support, on all those Shopify apps. So I highly recommend it. Shipping logistics. It's probably one of the slowest things that you can have. And when you're getting started, is to understand how the shipping is installed for new store owners. So, how do you print your shipping labels? How do you do this? How do you do that? Literally all inside of Shopify, out of the box, it's ready to start shipping. So extremely simple. We just bought a little printing shipping label printer. I think it was like $50 on Amazon. And we're like, it's just printing them off. We're just slapping them on boxes and sending them out the door. When we did WooCommerce before, super complex to set all this stuff up. And out of the box, it just wasn't working properly. And I went and looked back and found that, after shipping out thousands of items, I think we were overpaying for every single item being shipped. And, definitely inside of Shopify, it gives you a price break as well, USPS, which is great. You can see that real-time pricing right on the shipping label to make the decision on which way to ship out. So we like USPS for domestic shipping here inside the US. It works out great for us. And it's just awesome. Right outside the box. Easy to go. You can add your product weight to the physical product. It adds right in. So when you have multiple products sold on that order, it adds them all up and gives you simple, straightforward pricing, both for the customer and for you to buy shipping labels. So shipping logistic is just far easier than any other platform that we've experienced. Experts to manage your store. Now, here is where we're talking about experts. So when I'm talking about, WooCommerce expert, you hire somebody, they might charge you $1,000 just to go and learn your architecture, learn how you're set up. Now, over here on Shopify, I can hire somebody and literally for a couple $100, they will do everything that I need to do. They don't need to have that learning curve to go and learn my architecture or how I set things up, or, hey, I'm using this, this specific checkout page, and then all my pixels are fed through this, whatever. None of that transfer of knowledge needs to happen because you have access to expert coders, designers, optimizers, ad specialists. Right out of the box can jump in and just start integrating things inside of your store. So if you have an issue, there are thousands of experts available and they can jump on without needing to learn that framework and have that knowledge curve, which is amazing. Integration with traffic sources. Again, if you don't have traffic, you don't have sales, you don't have a store. So Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Google, great places where you're going to get traffic from for your store, and they're all integrated with just a couple of clicks. You can just click through. And honestly, if you have an issue, we had an issue with the Facebook integration, actually. All I did was I just contacted them right through that app, and they're like, oh, yeah, all you have to do is we fixed it for you. And it's like, fantastic. If you're on WooCommerce, you don't have that opportunity. You don't have multiple people trying to jump in and help you. You have to pay for people to go and help you if you run into issues with the installation because it's all your code and it's all on you. In this situation, you have, Facebook that created the app for Shopify. So you could literally have Facebook's team helping you and Shopify's team helping you. And we did. Both of them helped us and they were able to get it integrated for us. So really simple. It only took an extra hour. And if we didn't run into that issue, it probably would have been quicker. So I don't know why the issue happened, but point is, I don't need to know why the issue happened. So these traffic sources are amazing and it's simple to install. So you need to install all of them. And you're going to fumble around trying to do this manually. And when new traffic sources become available, Shopify is on them really quickly. And stores are really worthless without traffic. So it's also measuring your conversions by source. Right inside of Shopify, I can go in and see, where we're getting traffic from, where we're getting conversions from. It reports back to the platform, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Google. So we know where the traffic's coming from, how much money we're spending in advertising for traffic, and how that's turning into revenue for us. So it's kind of like, I had a client one time say, it's kind of like gambling. Like you go on and say, let's spend $1,000 today and see what comes back. Ooh, we made $10,000 off of spending $1,000, and that all came from Facebook. Let's do $2,000 tomorrow, and let's go in deeper. So it's really, really cool being able to see that feedback. It's almost in real time. It takes about 30 minutes as the clicks happen and the sale happens to report back where you can see where that came from. So really cool on the Shopify platform. Right out of the box, you're able to integrate with conversions, which is really important. By far the fastest way to get online. We built our store in 10 minutes, and then using ChatGPT, we wrote all of our product listings. Super simple. And then we just took some, simple shots of our products and got them online. And, we were able to make our first sales right on the first day, right? And then from there, we took our time and did, nice product shoots and edited the photos and everything. And that was the longest time, was doing our photo shoots. But the store build and the technology, that was by far the easiest part. And we got started for only $1. So we actually made money coming right out of the gate with our store. And so below, we link to get started for $1. You can sign up through our link and get started. And there's no other software that can compete with this offer. It's 3 months for $1. I think it's $1 a month for 3 months. So it ends up being $3 for 3 months, which is incredible. But you could literally make your first sale with only having $1 invested. There's no other platform that can do that. And yes, you will end up spending more money. I think we're spending about $400 a month right now on Shopify, but we have some fairly expensive plugins that we've installed, and we're starting to grow very quickly. We're at about 30 grand per month in revenue, and at about $400 in monthly cost to keep our store online. But I mean, I think about it from the standpoint of, that those apps, we can reach out to the app creators and they'll jump in and help us. And those apps each one of them are driving far more revenue than the cost. So that's how I look at investing, and that's how I look at scaling. And we take stores to $10 million a year, which one of our stores is doing $10 million a year, which is incredible. And that store, we're spending a little bit more money in terms of the software that's installed. Some of the apps are kind of expensive when you have that much traffic. We have, millions of visitors to our store and spending hundreds of thousands of dollars a month in advertising. So yeah, it gets a little expensive when you get up to that point. But point is, it can start all with $1 and you're just building on top of it. You're building the foundation and then just building your store up from there. So it all just starts with this single dollar. So it's $1 for 3 months, and it's so easy to get started, so easy to get online, and you can literally do it yourself and only invest $1 to get started. So that was my tutorial on why Shopify is the best over any other platform. I know there's some people are saying like, ew, Shopify, like, oh, I would rather be on WooCommerce. It's less money. I can spend $5 a month and I don't have to spend, all this money on apps and all these things. Well, listen, I value my time. And because I value my time, I choose to go with Shopify, that it's much less time in management for me. I'm not, freaking out that, the app is down or, something's down or whatever. Or, like right now, I'm telling you, I'm making this video and literally Shopify is working on an issue. And when that issue is resolved, I'll get a text message that says issue is resolved. I don't need to go and hire somebody on Upwork to fix my Shopify store. If something's wrong, they have a team that will fix it. So I'm making an investment into my time. I get my time back. I can focus on marketing and traffic and, creating content and scaling our brand and scaling our stores. I don't need to focus on the coding and making sure that the app is good and everything is online. I don't need to spend time in that. They have that handled. I can focus on traffic and revenue, and that's why our stores grow, and that's why we don't have to spend a lot of time working on that growth in terms of the problems that we would face in the architecture or in the coding or any of that. So that's my reasoning. I love Shopify. If you have any questions, you can ask them down below. More than happy to help you. And so that's my intro to Shopify. Hopefully you guys jump on, and if you ever have any questions, we have experts and we can definitely help you out on the Shopify platform. So just let us know. We'll connect you with our people. So, all right, see you on the next one.